Bevan banned out. Fiddlestick's never going to go over to Narcus.
Nope.
Last time Fiddlesticks was allowed in the Challenger Series, it was a Zingi's team taking out Team 8. That's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy game. But yeah, the Yasuo, he went 9-1-5, which is actually 14 of the 17 kills he was involved in. So a little bit higher than 76% kill participation. He was around the map causing the plays and was really involved in that first play they made in the jungle, and then 2v1'd mid lane around level 6.
Yeah.
Like right before that, it was crazy. You don't see that early.
No. But sometimes when you're a great player, you just outplay your opponents, and it makes it a whole bunch of fun. Kassadin also moved away, not going to let GG Call Nash first pick that, but that does allow the Elise to come through. So a new champion coming in there for Narcus, if he can have a better performance here. H2k last time first pick Kog'Maw wasn't instrumental to their success, but they're happy to play it again for Hjarnan here.
It was kind of their back pocket ace.
Just in case.
It was like, just in case this doesn't work out and we end up going too ham and dying and feeding, we still have Hjarnan. Doesn't matter.
Still got a Kog'Maw.
Doesn't matter if Jarvan's 0-6.
Nope.
Cataclysm and just let him do his thing.
Press the buttons, let him do some damage. So, yeah, the back pocket's going to stay there. Morgana also coming through there, so they're going to keep some of these champions still in the pools. I think Morgana going over to H2k this time around, but just more ways to keep Cog safe.
Yeah, given the Black Shield, this will also make GG Call Nash have to focus on something else in terms of engage, because he can't be cocooned so easily now.
Yeah, that's true. It does keep him alive against some of the backlines. This also sets up a very easy 2-on-2 for GG Call Nash. Kate Nami would be great right here, for example. Of course, H2k lane swapped against that. Maybe we have mind games around the lane matchups, but this is not a very strong 2-on-2 right now that H2k are showing. So it is something that GG Call Nash can play around. They can expect the 2-on-2, pick champions that can play around that really well. You know, maybe create pressure where they can roam mid and make plays.
Yeah, and it's hovering over the Thresh right now. They go Thresh, Triss. They're going to play for the late game here, too.
I like that.
Thresh, very telegraphed moves versus Morgana, though, but they're looking for the catches.
Yeah. I feel like this would be the choice I would make if I was Call Nash, if I was expecting H2k to lane swap.
Yeah.
Because Triss can sit there on the 1v0 and farm forever and scale similarly to Cog. Thresh is a great playmaker roaming around the map. Doesn't need levels to do very well. Like, just having rank 1 Q is like enough to be a strong champion. So I think these are good elements for success for Call Nash.
Yeah, they're basically going to try to play the game that H2k was. And here's the thing with Tristana. We saw it with Complexity multiple times. Robert X. Lee undefeated on that champion because all they do is wave clear and just sit around and say, yep, 6-item Tristana, one of the strongest champions in the entire game at 6 items.
Yeah.
Because of the scaling and the range. We're fine.
Yeah.
As long as we get that champion to 6 items, we're golden. We're good. She has late game wave clear, 700, a little bit over range, where you actually clear the wave with AoE a little bit.
It's a pretty glorious thing. 703 at level 18 does take you to 18 to get to above 700 here, but similar champions coming through. H2k grabbing the Lulu this time around. They're just kind of borrowing champs from each other. The Jarvan is still grabbed for trash. Having to keep playing that one with the top 3 removed away, and great team with a lot of defense for Cog, basically. I think it's up to Hjarnan that actually have some real damage out, or sorry, Forbidden to have some real damage output.
Yeah, and if anybody knows Forbidden, well, at the same time, he could play the Orianna. On this, it wasn't banned out this game. He's known for his Orianna play, and it'd be a composition that is very closely resembling to the one that Cloud9 ran, where they were protecting Sneaky and had a Nunu in the jungle instead. Jarvan does give an attack speed bonus to his team, but we'll have to see what they end up going with.
You know, this actually does allow H2k to go for something like Aurelia top for Odromna as well, or even a Jax, where you've got support for Kaga, but also support for a big top laner to fight people around as well. There's 2 ways you can send that Lulu. One of the things I like about them picking it, but not picking both their solos here. Ziggs still for Vince with a, hopefully for him, easier matchup. Aatrox top lane. A great 1v1 laner. He's one of the, I think he's considered kind of a lane bully in the fight. So we'll see how his matchups go.
Yeah, Aatrox in the top lane versus Lulu. It's one of those matchups where you'll poke him, and if you let him sustain, then he's just going to go ahead and out-mana you. You're going to run out, and he's just going to be fine. And even if you kill him, you need a lot of assistance. He's a very good champion that Europe is very on top of right now in 4.11.
Yeah.
I want to see, especially if the NALCS starts picking up on it too, because we've kind of shied away from Aatrox forever. Aatrox
has always been the sort of EU champion, if you've noticed.
Same with Aurelia.
Yeah, exactly. They have these, all their kind of interesting sort of picks. I mean, back Season 3 Worlds, like, Cyanide required Aatrox ban. He was actually really good at the champion, and teams knew how to play around that. Turns out the call on Orianna is correct. That is going to be some more engage and just enough damage coming through for Bivin. So fairly tanky, fairly support-heavy lineup, but I think still well-rounded for H2k. I do like the set of 5. Call Nash really relying on the late-game stalling of Ziggs Tristana, and that could be enough for him.
Yeah, right now, they could be like, we could cut our losses, lose a bunch of turrets, we'll wave clear with Ziggs, we'll wave clear with Tristana, we'll get gold, we'll end up trying to win like 1 or 2 team fights in the late game. Hopefully we didn't get too far behind before that. H2K's comp, we're going to AoE team fight you.
Yeah.
Have a lot of protection and shields here for Kog'Maw. If you ignore Hjarnan, you're going to die. But if you go on Hjarnan, you're probably going to die.
Yeah, you're probably not going to kill him either.
Yeah.
I do like this team. I think it's very well-rounded and synergistic as well for H2K. I find it very rare to see teams that feel really synergistic, like they've got this one clear goal, but also don't have the obvious weakness to pick apart as well.
It's really frustrating to play against a team composition like that. Yeah. When I go into a game and I face something along those lines, I think, man, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
How am I going to strategize this? Yeah. Because those lanes all do fairly well. The bottom lane, though, is the one you'd have to shut down in this in this composition.
And it is shut downable. The problem with that, though, is Thresh, again, as you mentioned earlier, not great in a Morgana. And actually, even Tristana's not great against Morg because the reason her laning's any good is because Explosive Shot does a lot of damage, which is black shieldable.
Yes.
Different cooldowns, to be fair, and if that's down, you can hook through, and so there's all these weird mind games with the spells, but by and large, not the best dual lane you could go for to shut down Cog Morgana. So we'll have to see where the matchups end up going, how they end up playing it. There's always a chance. Again, GG Call Nash, they've got 2-0 from here. They've got to win this game and the next one to make it happen. And the team's going to leave the base.
And this composition from H2K looks very well-rounded in the defensive and offensive department, as well as utility. And tankiness. They will eventually get tanky just because of the utility that they have. And the thing is Trashy going to go for another offensive, start building defensive right off the bat after the Lizard Elder?
Well, he's probably going to build offense. He's probably
it's Trashy.
It's Trashy. He's going to do that. Let's be real.
That's a big thing, though, because if they end up in a 3-on-3 down bottom in that mid game, Tristana will be a little bit weak because she's at that spiky point where she takes a little bit of a dive. But, oh, man, they snuck past Trashy.
And they're going to get the ward. Ooh, that ward gets spotted.
Trashy, abandoned that side of the jungle.
All right, well, these guys know they're looking for the lane matchups there. Call Nash goes back on the way through.
They're looking for the 2-on-1.
Oh, nice. Spots that one out. Gob, 10 gold. Early lead to GG Call Nash. In fact, actually, AOD did not get the mastery for bonus gold. You start at 2.4k if you get the mastery instead of 2.3, so deep defense, I'm guessing. There's a lot of European sports that go like 0-21-9 just for the extra tank stats. And I think that's actually what this Morgana went for here.
Some will go 0-16-14.
But he didn't.
Split it, but yeah, he didn't.
And that actually, I love 0-16-14. I think it's the optimal support page on most champions. We're going to see, though, GG Call Nash going back to their own matchups. And actually will find the 2-on-2 here. And I got to assume that's pretty much on purpose for both these sides there. Trashy going to be safe starting top side, whereas Narco starts in the bottom, so these junglers will not meet each other for some time. We'll have to see how the battles end up going, though. Looks like Narcos will get spotted as he runs around because Trinkets will see him leave the Wraith area.
And 2-on-1 has been avoided. 2-on-2's in the bot lane. Now we're going to see if Lickety can go up against Hjarnan with AOD and Squeeze at their sides.
Early push does go H2K's way, so there's actually not going to be an easy way for Call Nash to push in and start fights because minions just do so much damage.
Yeah, they'll clear them out with the explosive shot, though. And another thing here is the fact that the junglers started on opposite sides. So if Trashy immediately goes from blue to bottom, there won't be Narcus in the vicinity. He will be doing his blue, and he'll be on the top side of the map, possibly looking for a gank on mid or top. Now Trashy, he loves to go ahead and do his last buff and then gank immediately. If he farms the wolves, it's typically a different sign of aggression, and it means that they want to go ahead and just wait the laning phase out a little bit more. It's weird because he loves to just force flashes early. That's his big thing.
Not going to be the case this time, though.
Yeah, he's going to go white and stay on that side so he's attentive to the bottom lane.
Nice attempt. Ooh, Hook's going to miss just barely as well. Both these guys just missing their Qs in the enemy champions. Squeeze, how good is he at last-hitting cannons with Thresh? It's always the difficulty. Got him. All right. All is well. Oh! Man, these are very near misses, though.
Yeah. So Trashy's just going to continue to farm his jungle and let this bottom lane continue to push. If it gets pushed up, though, to this tier 1 turret, or if he sees that Elise is top, who's currently sitting in that bush up there, trying to get a gank onto Odwamna. It's pushed up. It's very hard to force something like this, but it is Aatrox. Dive.
He's going to farm.
But you'll have to get... You'll blow the passive, but you'll have to land the cocoon.
I think he's just looking for the counter gank right now. Let's see, the lane's going to push out. This is the chance now to take down Odwamna. Does he know Elise is snuck in? He's on the correct side of the lane there. He's putting the minions between himself and Elise, so no cocoons can land. Gob, can he get in? Actually, the fact that he's not level 4 should tell Odwamna that there's an Elise right there. Cocoon, good flash. Stay safe.
Yep, first flash of the game, blown by Odwamna in the top lane. And now Trashy continuing to farm. There's actually a little different style from him. Usually he's forcing things very, very early.
We got to see what kind of lanes are gankable. Honestly, it is not easy to get rid of like Thresh, Tristana. Top lane Aatrox pretty hard to drop down as well with the Lulu. He does get the early pink ward down to watch some movements around the jungle. And he actually wants to fight Narcus somewhere.
Yeah, he wants to find this Elise in the jungle. He knows that the flash is still available. It wasn't blown, but he's actually staying attentive to the top lane now because it might be a repeat gank.
There's no flash on Lulu, of course. I mean, you talked about how easy it is for Aatrox to dive. No summoner spell means stuff could go down. At this point, he's got to realize, like, Elise is hiding somewhere. This wolf camp hasn't been cleared in the last minute, and she's still not there. He should be telling Odwamna Elise is missing. But there's Cocoon. Oh, big damage to knock him as well. Odwamna's gonna go down. Nicely done there. Narcus and Gob, now they've got the good early game.
Yeah, that's really, really big here. Previously, Odwamna got fed off the first blood with the double buffs being transferred over to him, but now they've lost top lane pressure, and GOB up 11 CS already. The flash is down, and the first blood is in his hands.
Beautiful play by Narcus right there. Clearing away the double golems. Trashy was looking for maybe Narcus to get back down across the map, look for the mid lane, but it's not going to be there. Trashy might just see the corpses there and realize Elise was nearby, but he's a level down. They can go for round 2. Oh, this is very risky, though. Trashy's around. There's the knock-up. Good damage comes through to Narcus. Half HP. Repel goes to the left-hand side. Clear to lands, though. Forced to flash. EQ's up in 3 seconds for Trashy.
And he's not going to go for it there. GOB, just too much HP in that pool for him. Didn't have to blow his flash. Didn't have to blow his passive.
Yeah.
So GOB's in a very good situation right now.
Ooh,
level 6s.
Shockwave on the Vince Ignite there as well. Shields the damage coming in. Summoner Heal forced. Didn't actually need it, though. He wasn't predicting the cooldowns of Fabivin at all.
Well, also, Fabivin didn't have any mana left.
Yeah.
To chunk it down. He had 1 command attack left in his arsenal.
He does take some damage, though. AOD finally landing 1 shot there. And actually, notice this. Hyarnet and AOD are actually up 10 CS in this lane. Exceptionally nice play by these guys. To win the heads-up 2-on-2 with a weak lane. Odwamna got to be a little bit careful there. Level 6. Ooh, nice damage comes out. Ulti pop can't quite knock him up, but gets him out.
GOB just playing this Aatrox perfectly in the top lane alongside Narcus' ganks and really making it a huge advantage for his team. They're up in gold, about 700 at this point, and Narcus, he's playing the ganks right now. If the Lantern comes back, they're going for
Flash play, they go in. The Black Shield went on the AOD. Can they catch Yarn? Not quite, no. Almost, though.
Narcus didn't have a flash there, so he couldn't get out of the binding or dodge it and get to the other side. But at the same time, very good gank there because they get summoners out of that bottom lane. Both flashes and a heal.
Yeah, 3 summoners for 1 and just a little bit of Elise's time is great. Look how passive H2k needs to play now. They've only got 1 ward down. It is so hard for them to spot Elise right now. They've got to be really careful.
Gave a little bit of breathing room there to that bottom lane. We saw Lickety was actually down a lot in CS. He's catching up a tiny bit. At the same time, looking at the HP bars here, typically you want to see your support a little bit lower than your AD carry. The fact that these bindings are hitting Lickety and not Squeeze is actually pretty big.
Ooh, nice try on the hook right there. Won't quite get that one.
They do have more mana depth, though, in this bottom lane.
It's not very useful, unfortunately, though, for Call Nash, because anything they can do,
yeah.
You get Black Shielded by AOD here, so you're just seeing them kind of stay in this lane. More than a 10 minion lead here for the Kog'Maw of Hyarnen. That's good play, of course. The Morgana helping quite a bit to make this all happen.
They're still sitting on about the same HP between the AD carries, and Lickety does have his heal still available. But Narcus looking for a repeat gank top lane. He knows the flash is still on cooldown. Trashy is now here with the Cataclysm available and that level 6 power spike for Jarvan, which Elise does not have.
Well, Damage in the trick. Not going to land, but they're going to go for it anyway. Gob just goes right on in, but he's got to get out because suddenly here is Trashy. Narcus knocked up into the air, has to repel a little bit late, but now he's out of minions. This is a bad place to be if you release. The shield comes down. Odwamna claims the kill, and the red buff goes to Lulu.
GOB, as soon as he saw Trashy in the vicinity, gets himself out. Trashy still has Cataclysm available, used his flash there to close the distance instead.
But it worked all kinds of well. Pink ward battle, and looks like Fibbin's going to win that one. Off they go, and looks like it's just the ward on blue, but they want to make sure that Trashy doesn't steal that away from him, so that when Narcus comes back up, those two can claim it.
There's still a flash and a passive Bloodwell still available on GOB. And they're kind of baiting this in. Odwamna, you see a half-health Lulu that you know doesn't have flash until now, and doesn't have ultimate because he used it previously. You really want him. You really want that red buff from him, too.
Well, right now, Narcus is basically grabbing the blue buff for Vince here, who is pretty well holding up in the matchup. He's down for the ward, but oh, Trashy. Knock up, gonna stop GOB. Not exactly what you wanted. There's the Cataclysm as well, forcing the flash away. Nicely played.
Jump up in the air, just give him a little boost higher. And it interrupts the entire Dark Flight. Gets the flash, which is huge because now Odwamna has flash advantage in the top lane.
And here's the attempt here for Narcus. No cocoon there, but Odwamna is out of mana, but he has teleport, so just back to base, grab new items, and back in he can go. However, it's a 28 minion lead in the top lane. That is pretty big, to be honest. Bottom lane now some pressure, and here comes...
Evan's here, though.
Oh, man, this is not a good thing for Call Nash. They do have some flashes.
Shockwave available.
Nice, he gets away from that one, but Squeeze is pretty screwed. Down he goes. 2-1 H2k.
I was thinking about it, too, right before that happened. You know, big testament to Vince, because he's keeping toe-to-toe with Febevan in CS, but Febevan's roaming him now. Out-roaming him. He saw that Vince went for the blue. Says, okay, I'm going to go clear this wave, make it so that you have to clear it, and I'm going to roam ahead of you.
Oh, nicely done. If Febevan gets a big, giant wave to clear for himself, you can see the incomplete push from Vince didn't deny very much, so life still good for an H2k fan, but that said, the gold lead is equal. Much better than it was this time last game. You have to commend Call Nash for doing significantly better, especially Gob, who's 25 minutes above Odwamna plus the first blood gold. That is a lot of threat.
And a big thing about Gob, too, is he loves those carry top laners. He plays Aatrox, Renekton, Rengar, Jax, Aurelia. When he plays something like Mundo, he doesn't really have that carry capacity that he loves as a player. And now that he's on Aatrox, which is actually his most played even before 4.11 dropped, this guy has a lot going his way.
So can he put the team on his back right now? Teams are equal so far, and he's the guy performing best individually. Vince still scoring off against against Febiven. I keep getting those names backwards, which, again, you expect after that Yasuo ban, him to have a much better choice in this one. I expect it's a ban that will stay through the series if CN can win this game too. H2k, a much slower game now that Trashy has not found his way in to too many ganks here.
He's usually the launch pad for the team that gets them into that mid game at an accelerated pace, and then the late game. Narcus, though, he's actually making some great plays around the map and creating advantages for his team.
Binding hit, Spell Shield, and AOD is going to stay safe, but there's a jump on out, and it's going to be Tristana staying safe. No summoners lost, except AOD lost his ulti and an Ignite.
Played that really calm from Lickety, because he could have used his flash, he could have used his heal, but no, he saves those for a rainy day.
Rocket Jump stays safe, and of course the Elise pressure helping them to not chase that one down. Smart choice.
But at the same time, he's very low, and that gives H2k an opportunity to put down a pink and go after this dragon.
It's a pretty big risk, and there's everyone else coming up as well. Low-ish health bar, and there's the attack started. Narcus gonna realize this is happening. Does have his full suite of skills available. H2k getting smart about this. No binding's gonna land, and they have to back off.
No sustain item just yet for Lickety. He was going for the Infinity Edge first, neglecting a second Dorns. He's gonna have to deal with the parts of the Trinity Force. Narcus gets hit up.
Takes some decent damage. He actually might just go down. Repel. Can he get the lantern? No, he cannot. Nicely done, H2k. They get the pickup.
The lantern can get you out of the Cataclysm, but if you repel, you can't take the lantern.
Nope, and it looks like they stood on it just well enough that they stayed safe. AOD clearing away the Trinket Wards, and this now will be the dragon. H2k finally pushing a lead here. Zig's ulti not going to be at the right time. Nicely claimed by Trashy.
Another big thing, too, though, is I can't really hate on him for using the repel. because it stopped the damage from the Cataclysm.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because the Cataclysm would have killed him anyway. I said he's dead, but he was alive in the air.
Then he died.
Then he dead.
Then he dead.
Then he dead.
Then he dead.
Then he was dead.
There you go. We're good.
If you say so.
Why not? 2,000 gold lead right now for H2k Gaming. They've managed to find just enough good plays here, 3-1 in kills. But they're just really playing the laning phase. And honestly, Odwamna, despite the first blood, despite the 27 minion lead, is holding fairly equal. He's losing a little bit of turret damage. Gob is slowly making his way in, but it seems they don't really need much from Odwamna here. He's just going to hold the line, and as Lulu, will have the utility regardless.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot who said it. It was kind of like, even if you get behind his Lulu top, you're always going to be relevant in the late game because you just wild growth somebody, give them the utility that they need, and just soft disengage with slows.
And it's going to work out for him okay. 45 to 4,700, not even that big of a difference. I guess 4,800 now. So 250 gold, not a big deal for these guys. You can see sort of down the line, good stuff largely for H2k. Global gold, of course, a part of that one.
And their ward coverage is a little better across the map right now. They can see down that line of scrimmage. They have the pink wards on the dragon, which allowed them to pick it up finally and get themselves going. Because usually H2k have already taken off at this point. Now they're just starting to get going. But that's off the back of Fibevin and Yarnin this time instead of Trashy.
Well, speaking to the rest of these guys, Trashy actually going to stop. Up. Nice repel. Everyone dodges everything, but now Narc's got to be careful. There's the Cataclysm. Flash used to get away from this one, but the flash to chase for Trashy. Not a happy place if you're Elise right now.
EQ very soon. It tries to turn it.
I don't know if you want to go back in. There comes Vince on the side, though. Now Gob's got to be careful. Gets away from Odwamna. Goes in towards Trashy. He does have the Blood Well still. He can heal up quite nicely. Satch not going to do too much. Forces the Blood Well, and now Fibevin. Shockwave's not quite at the right time. Good flash keeps Gob safe.
Very close on the Shockwave there. A little bit of it off timing, but the flash came out from GOB. Now Fibevin trying to chase down Vince. Flag and Drag's still here.
Nothing just yet. It's Minefield behind. Actually, Fibevin having to chase on forward, though. Summoning Heal burned early by Vince. He is very afraid of Yarnin here. Yeah.
Fibevin has a ton of experience on Orion 8. It's the champion that you don't let him have. And the fact that they neglected it for a Lee Sin ban for Trashy and also the Yasuo ban, which is completely understandable. But Fibevin's just too good on too many champions. You have to pick your poison.
True. They went for Robot Poison, and it's hurting them a little bit. You can see Odwamna still just trying to hold up top lane best he can. Big cooldown build comes through. Gonna have a lot of spam available, but he's leveled down. Well, soon to not be. Level 11, like, yep, there we go. Wraith grabbed up by Call Nash, and we still just sit at this 2,000 gold game. H2k not nearly as dominant, which does give some breathing room for GG Call Nash in this game if they can find their way in.
Yeah, Lickety hasn't been completely shut down at all.
No.
But neither has Yarnin. So they're both going to scale into that late game and have these late game team fights where who can shred through the front line faster. The fact that there is an Aatrox, though, and an Elise who can both become invulnerable for a little bit of time means that Yarnin he's going to have to find new targets for a brief period of time. Whereas if Lickety's doing damage the entire time, might be able to come out on top.
He lost that trade.
Yeah, that trade, he didn't come out on top.
No. That seems to be how this game is going right now, is AOD is able to nullify Squeeze, and now that Yarnin's got, looks like, a good 4 to 5 points in his W, that range advantage lets him push around Lickety quite successfully. Dark's going to look for the way in on Odwamna. A couple of Spiderlings, doesn't do too much to him, though. This top lane, despite the first blood, Call Nash have not done anything else up there successfully.
Yeah, they've been trying to move around the map, but look at that. A dive bottom.
Flash engage. Lickety going to flash away from the Q as well, but Squeeze now stunned up in turret range. Yarnin's got to be careful. Hook's not going to land because of the flash. He is 2 hits away from dead. Can they push him down now?
Lickety still has his heal. Squeeze out of range.
Binding won't hit, but he's on top of a pink ward. There's the slow. There's the kill for Yarnin. Nicely done. Assist goes to AOD as well. Lickety can't do much. Mid lane under fire, and Fibevin plus Trashy do claim that one. So slowly but surely, the laning phase leads their work, and now Gob does not have a passive. He's got to be careful because Odwamna does not have much health. He's trying to heal, but can't heal enough. Odwamna with the easy win.
And the Morellonomicon is why that was able to happen that way.
Oh, sure.
He's able to cut down his healing, and that is a definite buy against Aatrox's Lulu top. Love that play. But also down bottom.
Oh, no. It's happening again. Lickety just gets exploded from the EQ. Trashy claims the kill assist all around for the team. And suddenly H2k decided, you know, 18 minutes in, let's pick up 4 kills.
Whoop! Wow. So yeah, Jarvan just went ahead and threw the standard into Tristana's dead body, claimed it in the name of Demacia. Poor little Yordle.
It's okay. Yordle's always come back stronger than before.
Man,
they're like starfish.
So is Robot a Mumu? Or is a Mumu just in general better? The best Yordle?
Yes.
Oh!
He is the best Yordle. There we go. The jump on in. Nice play. Catch them despite the flash. But Fabivin, yeah, it's going to be kill picked up. Unfortunately for him, Trashy came around. And life is painful if you're the support.
Yes, especially when you have Fabivin getting the kill on you at the very end with a needlessly large rod. It's really rough right now. But look at that. Vince, a little bit too far forward. The pink ward is going to spot out the roam.
It only means he can walk away and stay safe. It does not mean that Call Nash can unfortunately do much. Ever since First Blood, we have unfortunately not seen great plays out of these guys. Just the laning phase going around. Some guys winning it, some guys losing it. Gob's got some gold, but even with the gold lead, was not able to beat up Odwamna in the 1v1. That is a scary thing when your only winning lane is now losing the matchup.
Yeah, they have really good teamwork all across H2k. Like even right there in the jungle, what you just saw, where Trashy comes in, he smites it, just does it as quickly as he possibly can. As he possibly could, and then he went over to the Wolves, and Fabivin gave him a little bit of a hand. Threw a command attack in there, through a distance, help him clear it faster. And it's those little things that you just want to be in your little microcosm. Like right there, he just helped him get the buff faster.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? It's going to free him up from more gank pressure. It's going to get him to his destination. With the combined clear that just happened, he's easily knocked off about 6 seconds from his roam timer. So if he shows up to a destination, same time at least, it's like, oh, wouldn't have been there if that didn't help me. If it didn't help me. And if he shows up early, it's like, oh, I'm here 6 seconds before Elise was, because of that teamwork. So as a jungler, if you get help like that, it's amazing.
Definitely is. Can't really understate the value of teamwork, even with little things like blowing Jungle Camp's factory. You never know when it's going to matter for these guys. Blue buff grabbed up right now for Vince, and now Odwamna is actually, without any wards at all, going to break down the passive, but here comes everyone else. Narcus needs this cocoon to land, does not get it, but there's a satchel, and Vince claims the kill, so at least one goes back over to Call Nash, but that is Odwamna being way too far away.
There's too many people on the top side of the map here they used to kill Odwamna for Call Nash, and the call is for Dragon for H2k.
Well, the damage comes through with 2 of them so far. Bot lane not freed up, but looks like no one's going to make it over in time. There's a chance Zig's ulti, but that's kind of the only chance you've got. Throws it out. Not going to do anything there. Bot turret goes down. Dragon goes over to H2k as well. And it's 6.6 thousand gold.
And they're starting to run away with the game now. At the 21-minute point last time, they had over a 10k gold lead. Now, Call Nash, they slow down the pace of the game a bit. But man, do H2k look good this Challenger Series.
Oh, that flash. He dodges the slow and he lands the Q. Gob is so screwed right now. Odwamna just going to sit there and tank him. Doesn't even care. Picks up the kill. Also in the bottom lane, Morgana took down Tristana. So Licky D falls. Squeeze also going to drop down. H2k is exploding this game.
They just came out of the gate a little slow, but now they're off to just their full sprint right now, not letting up. I gotta say it again, the Morellonomicon from Odwamna. He keeps poking down GOB, and then eventually getting to the point where he can't sustain anymore. And AOD, just so much aggression there alongside Yarn in the bottom lane. This combination is fantastic. You know, they've had a little while to synergize now, and they're definitely on their way to being one of the best bot lanes in Europe.
They look pretty good. Trashy forced to run away from Narcus right now, though. Ulti comes in, low health bars. Gob doesn't quite land one of the guys with the E, but picks up one. AOD forced to run away. Nice repel, will get in.
Spiders.
Second kill gets grabbed. Nicely done. Call Nash. They find 2 kills.
Cathian surprise for 2 spider kills, too.
10 CS. Or sorry, 10 gold, 2 CS. I was close.
Hey, maybe he's able to buy something with it. You never know.
A lot of legs just started. Vince, got to be careful. Shockwave's going to land.
Buy something with that.
Yeah, that's a lot more gold right there. Well played, H2k. Despite only 3 guys on the map.
They're just fighting now. They're fighting a stronger H2k. Call Nash.
Marcus went down rather quickly, and now it's the re-engage. 3-on-3. You got to be careful if you're Lickety. There's the knock-up as well. There's the lantern to get him away. He's going to rocket jump the side. Oh, he's trying to outplay, but he cannot. H2k pick up 3 kills in a row, 3v5.
That would have been so smooth. That would have been ridiculous. But right now, they're continuing to fight.
Oh, no.
H2k just has the better movement.
Well, Squeeze is trying to get his way out of this one. This could be a 4th kill in a row for H2k. He's got nowhere to go. Look at that. Just an absolute slaughter down to the southern jungle.
Yeah, H2k had a gold advantage, and then CN decided it's time to fight them. Call Nash said we're going to fight in the jungle, despite already having 2 members down. Vince gets picked off. Now, 2 members down for H2k. So they're like, okay, we have numbers advantage. But they are grouped up right now, and they just have better synergy flat out.
They just keep limping in is the real problem.
Yeah.
Like Vince...
They aren't on the same page at all.
No. I mean, Vince threw a Q out, saw someone was in the brush because the bomb blew up, and then walked forward anyway. And then Elise was like, okay, my team's coming. I'm going to end my rappel early and get killed before Tristana's in range. And they just keep limping in over and over again.
And then Tristana takes a huge chunk before Thresh is in range.
Right.
And it just keeps doing that over and over again. The map control, the ward control for both teams is actually fairly good, but it's fairly focused on this right side of the map. Call Nash, they're trying to make moves on the left side, but look at that. Despite the ward coverage, Bevin sneaks his way in.
Good damage. Look at he going to push him back on this one. There's the catch. Maybe onto Odromna. Flay box comes down, but it's a 2-on-3, and Call Nash doesn't even want it. It's going to be Gob taking a bunch of pain. Here comes Yarnden as well. There's the first kill picked up on Squeeze. They find Aatrox now as well. Narcus also to drop down. 3-0 again, H2k.
They end up taking that fight without Bevin, who was the MVP last game, hands down. But look at this. Trashy, despite not having a fantastic early game, is now showing really big success right now.
Well, not so much success there.
Woo! Take that one out. What?
Because why not? Taunting his teammates, H2k. Let's be fair, they know they're up 11,000.
All right, new MVP, Yarnden.
New MVP, Baron Nasher. I mean, I'm just saying, GG, Call Nash.
Okay. And I guess Kog'Maw kind of looks like a Baron spawn. Like if Baron had a kid, it'd be Kog'Maw.
Maybe.
They look really close. The resemblance is pretty uncanny. If he was purple.
I feel like you need to like crossbreed Nasus in there though to get like the
Nasus?
The dog effects. It's not a gender. It's like breeding Pokemon. It's not about like.
Oh, okay.
You just want to get the traits combined.
Okay, I gotcha. Wow.
So Domina gets caught out here.
Yeah,
this is the initial fight.
Phreak caught out there, but it ended up being a
Look how afraid Gob is. He can't even auto attack. Like literally once.
He starts smacking Trashy right there, but Squeeze is already caught with a Dark Binding and picked off. And now Narcus gets destroyed at the very end. So they get a 3-for-0, 3-for-1, but he's executed by Baron.
That is his only death this game. Trashy didn't die last game either.
Yarden's a wonderful person. This team of H2k are just lovely human beings who don't taunt their enemies or dance on their
or on their teammates' corpses.
Yeah. Or stall games out when they clearly are going to win. They're just lovely people.
Hey man, their opponents are hard to kill.
I'm starting to think of what H2k stands for.
Thing is, a lot of teams, and I feel bad for not knowing this though, but oh, hold on. Trashy. All right, he's got to run away, Flag Toss. He's safe. A lot of teams actually remove the meaning from the names. Like SK used to mean Schrotzkommando. It's German for, I think it's like, I knew this. Hold on, I knew this. It's like
Shorts Commando.
No, it's either Shrapnel Soldier or like Frag Soldier.
Ah.
I used to know what Schrot translated to from German, but now like it's literally the name is SK Gaming. That's like the actual full name of the organization now. So things like that happen sometimes. So they could have lost all meaning. Same with TCM Gaming. They're now just literally just TCM Gaming. And here we go. Oh my gosh! Down goes Tristana. Vince locked in the Cataclysm. There we go. Satchel charges out of that one, but H2k just keep finding kills.
Trashy has so much damage now. He bought a full-up BF sword. Said he wasn't. Maybe he'll delay his tankiness. No. BF sword.
Why not?
Enhances damage.
He has a Giant Spot at least.
Yeah, that's true. And a Spectre's Cowl. But man, he just wants to play the Trashy style and be hyper aggressive. Do as much damage as possible. His team's going to back him up. They're starting to crack the base right now. 27 minutes into the game. Lich Bane on Orianna can be chunking these turrets. Walks up just to give it a little bit of a smack, even though it has those extra resistances still. Because there's no minions.
There's the push on, though. Actually, it's going to be here and then tanking the damage anyway. But yeah, he's got a lot of shields. Doesn't even care. Black Shield blocks the hook. He didn't take any health loss that entire time. That's the shield power of H2k.
Tank to turret, tank to team, tank to hook.
Came out full health.
Yep. That's strong. Oh. Almost.
Why would you keep interrupting that? It's such a beautiful sound.
You just walk around and do it. You might. They're going to do it again. We're just going to make him tanky again.
This is actually a little bit more dangerous. He's taking a bit of damage. There we go. Turret goes down, though. Narca is actually going to cocoon someone else, but Squeeze is not in the good spot. 0-7-0 on this poor Thresh. The engage for AOD, can they get their way in? Lickety trying to get away from this one. Damage goes down. The Thrill keeping him safe, actually. Now Gob can come in, looks for Forbidden there. Bit of damage on Orianna. Actually, on the low as well. Yeah, decent damage comes through.
He's got a decent amount of damage now with the Infinity Edge. Oh!
That's a decent amount of damage as well. Jumps away just in time, but there comes Jarvan. Trashy is helping to drop people into the Summoner Fountain. There we go. 3 kills now picked up. Call Nash forced to run away.
Man, just keeps sticking a flag in the Yordle.
Vince jukes around a little bit more for Bivin. Gets the Q. Hjarn then can't quite chase anything else on this one.
Got Cataclysm. Oh!
He wants it. Not going to get it, though. Kill picked up to Gob. Tristana drops as well, actually, under the turrets. H2k,
the dead
a little
body.
bit aggressive there.
The dead body of Kog'Maw gurgling out a last fanfare. Oh.
Just to let you know, be aware.
Wow.
This is not the way most teams end games.
No, it's not. And especially if you're a team that has a 14k gold advantage coming into this.
Okay, to be fair, in solo queue, people will die at the fountain.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is where the team got their roots. They're all really good solo queue players. Like, guys, we got like top 3 playing solo queue. If you want top 3 in Challenger, play more solo queue.
Yeah. Solo queue is how they prepared for 4.11. Now the GG Call Nash is coming out here. Is Odwamna going to have something to say about it?
He's going to do what he can to stop these guys. Uh-oh, Forbidden gets the solo kill onto Liquidi.
Used his shockwave, though.
Yeah, it's true. A couple ultis down. Odwamna burns his as well. Narcus trying to stay alive in this one. Down to half HP. Forced to flash away, and here's the chase from the 2 mages. And look at that. 2 versus 4. And Call Nash forced away.
Yeah, they didn't get Baron. And they ended up losing Tristana. Here's Super Minions in the top lane pushing. The bot wave is actually kind of big for H2k. And now he actually gets him with a shockwave here.
Oh, wow.
And last time we saw Bevan try to take out Lickety, Lickety actually buster shotted him out of range. The ball snatched back to him. Which is just a wonderful play.
But now it's H2k playing for Baron Nashor. Looks like this should be pretty easily picked up. Not a lot of people nearby to stop him there. AOD going to zone out the team for now. There it is. Picked up nicely. Trashy smites that one out. 15,000 gold lead.
It's the rematch, and this time Trashy comes out on top versus the Baron.
Close one.
Yeah, had to regain his honor after that.
But he brought a bunch of friends, so it wasn't really like a fair duel.
His friends are kind of scumbags, though. First, they don't tank the Baron for him. 2, they dance on his body.
Yeah, but they still help him kill Baron backwards. Or backwards.
Later on. This is an apology after the fact.
You want to keep him on the team. 4v5s are hard to play. Oh, Vid's chilling. He's going to defend as best he can. We had, honestly, Call Nash held on with a lead about this big.
What? Stop! Yarnin!
Guy does not need his cooldowns. I just want to point out AOD bought a Tiamat.
Yep.
So, I guess now that Darian's no longer in the LCS right now, so we had to take up the moniker of buying random things on random champions.
Oh.
And Reaper as well for AOD. You know, at a certain point, though.
I was hoping it was a Runaan's.
At a certain point, 70,000 gold lead can be squandered on the wrong items.
That's true.
Like, if they all build the wrong things, there's no longer a gold lead. Here's the attempted fight right there. Shockwave not going to land. Lickety wants to win this fight, but can he, though? Flash of the way. Gets the 1v1. Look at that one.
The shields help him not die to the Ignite, but that's after the fact. No assist on the back of that one for Squeeze. Hjarn, he's trying to come up the back. He doesn't have Flash, though. He used it previously, so I don't know how he's going to close this distance.
He's going to walk and Squeeze till he dies. Down he goes. 104 gold for that one. Trashy versus Lickety.
Up.
Doesn't even deal any damage.
He has the Cataclysm and doesn't want to attack. He wants to just run.
EQ.
To freedom. Lickety.
Uh-oh. Yeah! Got the kill credit anyway.
Wow.
Yep.
A little bit of a slow in the past.
Made it happen.
And I was hoping that that Tiamat, if he was going to buy something like that, it'd be Runaan's. So you could just get more off the Essence Weaver.
A little bit more synergy with Runaan's than Tiamat on Morgana.
Also, I've never seen a Morgana buy Runaan's, so it would just be multiple.
I don't think I have either.
Styles.
I haven't seen Tiamat either.
There's no reason to.
I mean, in both cases.
Try to force this H2k.
Bottom turret's going to be going down. There we go. That's turret number, looks like 8 so far. H2k now on their second inhibitor kill as well. Mid is flooding in from the northern side. Not sure where Vivian went. I think he reconnected, though.
Well, you said 4v5s are hard.
Hey.
They're just making it difficult for the team.
Yeah, he's back.
Hjarnan blowing his flash. Bevan sitting in the fountain still. This team
gonna not hit much. Yeah, there we go. So we knew he was coming back.
Even so, H2k didn't let up the pressure. Continued.
All right, well, they're going to wait for their Orianna. You can hear that little click of all chat. I'm pretty sure they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
Squeeze, got to be a bit careful. Half HP, a lot of CC onto him. He's just accepts his fate. Everyone knows he's going to die. Who gets the kill? Give it to AOD. Give it to AOD.
Can he walk up and Tiamat?
No, you can't use the active. You can't use the active, and you don't get the splash either.
Can't even use the active. What is this?
He just wants AD. It's the only way to get 65 damage in the slot. It's not 65 damage. It's a different number, but you know. Whatever the number is. It's the only AD health regen item in the game.
There you go.
He wanted both stats.
Now you're not wrong.
Yep. I mean, his name AOD is attack of damage. Shockwave Flash not going to land. Linkity pushes them back at the team. Forbidden goes down. Again, H2k, I mean, honestly, they got to be a little bit careful. 20,000 gold up, though. They're looking pretty decent. Minions starting to flood into both sides of the base there. Narc is slowed down, but 4v5s are hard. And H2k forced out.
If you are a team that's trying to research H2k at this point,
hope they play like this.
Yes, you have to hope they play like this. But at the same time, this might be just completely useless for you to look at, because, man.
Well, Hirana picks up Narcus, though. The trying to pick up kills not going to work. Odwamna also takes down that poor Tristana. Lickety does go down. Squeeze slowed as well. Odwamna's got a whole bunch of ping coming out in there. Ziggs ulti comes by, not going to do much. Squeeze, one hit from dead, and Yarn picks up another one. 7, 2, and 9 now on Kog'Maw, and in the go towards Nexus turret number 1.
It looks like they're going to end this game and end the series.
Or will they?
Oh, God. You're right. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't have said anything.
Got being chased down. Damage coming through. He's going to teleport out. He's going to stay safe. Trashy knows better than that one. Chase down on towards Vince. Odwamna trying to win the fight with the ulti. Satchel charge in towards the fountain. Stays safe for now, but Odwamna's got to be careful. That is the Nexus going down, though. Hjarnan did want to close out the game in 35 minutes. H2k makes it 2-0.
His voice getting a little tired from singing and his legs a little tired from dancing. He had enough of that series, so they take it 2-0.
Well, pretty well played by the team overall, making it longer than it needed to be, but took him just over an hour of gameplay time. And H2k now broke the curse. They won and they made top 4 right afterwards. There's no way they don't make the playoffs at this point. These guys are going to be seeing the postseason. And H2k, I mean, to be honest, they've only lost one game all summer series long. They are a scary team.
Yeah, they're looking good, but they're really bad. They are really mean.
Yeah.
Like, you do not want to play against this team and have them do that to you. Like just not even in terms of like the BM stuff they were doing and the mean stuff they were doing to each other too. I don't even want to be on that team watching them. They're very, very good players, but that lead that they got in the first game was huge. The second game, it didn't take off until about the 10-minute mark. It took them like around that area because Trashy was actually getting out-rotated by Narcus early. Then Narcus didn't do anything for the rest of the game except die 6 times.
Yeah, and that is one thing to keep in mind is realistically, H2k Gaming are a significantly stronger team on paper.
Yes.
Again, you've got 2 guys in the top 10 of Challenger. Like, good luck beating them 1v1.
Yep.
And you saw that in Game 1. You saw how rough Bivin handled Vince. Game 2, much, much, much closer. And there are even better players waiting farther down in the Challenger Series. So H2k looked great, let's be fair. But Game 2 was not nearly as convincing. That was, we're going to sit in the laning phase and hope we're better than you in 1v1s. That was even the case in every single lane. Like, there are weaknesses here to exploit that if you're looking at these games, you can take notes and say, here's things to abuse.
Yeah, H2k, you know, there are some flaws in what they do, especially if they play it like that. Still, because that game was kind of just, they were messing around in that second half, which is not very sportsmanship-like. But they did...
Made it entertaining.
I mean, they got... Yes, exactly. They got first place in the last Challenger Series. They've come back. They seem in full force from start to finish Game 1. Completely in control of it to the point that they gave themselves that window to mess around. In Game 2, they were like, okay, we got to serious it up a little bit by this mid-game. And then they're like, okay, we're going to go have some fun again. Yeah,
I do want to give some credit to GG Call Nash, though. They held on from a deficit pretty well in Game 1 for a while, but... Okay, eventually they got closed out. Game 2, they held up in lanes, held a gold lead for a while as well. So definitely no slouches, but hopefully we see them next year in spring, and maybe they'll step up a little bit more. But at least they made top 8. They got a couple of points, and maybe we'll see them again later. But guys, after today's matchup, let's see how the Summer Series 2 bracket shapes up. With that victory, H2k Gaming advances to the semifinals to await either Forever Zenzig or SK Gaming Prime.
And the other end of the bracket will start tomorrow, and it'll start to shape up when Ninjas in Pajamas take on Unicorns of Love in a best-of-3 match.